We are going to reconvene the meeting at 6 a.m. or 6 p.m.
Wow.
It was a long recess.
Did you go?
At this point, we will open the floor to public comment. If you'd like to speak before the council, please state your name. You have 5 minutes to speak.
Nobody?
There's a whole long line.
A song, a dance?
All right.
Something?
Well then, seeing that nobody would like to speak, we'll move on to the city manager report. Mr. Bryson.
Thank you, Mayor Gillis. All right, we've been continuing to work through, issues with our, South Water Municipal Utility Authority. We'll just call it the authority.
Thank you, yes.
Our water treatment plant, we, actually, since we met last, we had a 3-year laboratory audit where they went into our lab and looked at all the, everything, the record keeping and how they do everything. It went well. I'm told that they didn't find, there were no findings. They made a, excuse me, my voice is going. Lucky you guys.
I was just
They made a few recommendations which we already implemented.
And this is Eagle?
Eagle.
Just to
Then
clear it up.
a few days later, after that, we had our 5-year audit on the whole plant, where they go through everything, and they even go and look at our distribution system too. I haven't received any of the results yet. I'm sure there'll be a few things they're going to recommend. I know we were thinking they're probably gonna recommend that we put new, vents on our tanks and a couple other things like that, but, I'm sure we'll get that soon. Well, I don't know how fast they work. We had a pre-construction meeting for our Smith Street, pump station behind the Dairy Queen, and, we had 5 or 6 contractors there that are really interested in bidding it, so that was good. Working on, setting up an organizational meeting for our newly formed ordinance review committee. Thank you very much for people who volunteered for that. Met with the Garwood Development Group to review their project status. We'll have a better idea if, the possibility of them getting funding in probably about 1 to 2 weeks now. The state MISTA, they come up with these new maps now where they, rate the needs for what they do. And, they're gonna come out here in a week or so. So once they see those maps, they'll have a good idea of their chance of getting funding. Preparing, bid documents for the Lions Field walking path. And, what it is, once we draw them up, we'll have to submit them to the DNR to get their approval before we actually put it out for bid. That's just the process on it. Been interviewing code compliance officers. We actually had 12 applicants.
That's good.
And, I'm, interviewing 5. And, they're underway, so, we'll be, making a decision on that soon. All
So
the
you're
bands are.
interviewing 5 of the 12?
What?
5 of the 12?
Yeah. All the bands are booked for music in the park, and, we'll publish them as soon as we get all the sponsorships finalized. I know that's pretty close too, because I think we received a couple checks already for them, so that's good. I saw in the mail. We're getting ready to, I'm getting prepared to pursue some grant funding. It's the grant season coming up. And I'm gonna really concentrate on our sewer system upgrades for our sewer collection system. And continuing, development development enhancement on the activity center. I know, I talked to, Lisa McLean's people yesterday, and talking to people at the state and the DNR also, about, this week later, they'll come up at once,
Of
so.
course.
That's a good thing. We'll see what we can do. The activity center, we got a lot of events scheduled daily. Like to announce, we do have a firm partnership now with the American Red Cross to hold blood drives and CPR classes. And the first blood drive is gonna be March 27th. And once we have that, they'll be regularly scheduled. And, so that's a good thing. And the activity center is, official county designated emergency shelter. The county's provided some cots and other emergency supplies. Right now it's on site. And they, we're talking to them, we're going to, also get hopefully some assistance. They're gonna do, purchase for us an installation of a generator transfer switch, so if we have a power outage, they have these generators on trailers, they wheel it up, plug it in, and we're up and running. We're talking to them about, doing, kitchen improvements in the old cafeteria there. So, you know, if it's a shelter, they're gonna need to eat food. And, also look at the locker rooms and the showers, cause if there's there, they're gonna need to take a shower too. And, we're also getting some additional security cameras installed for our clerks' equipment there. And we will be talking to, them, there was interest that we could give them a spot where it would be a secondary South County Emergency Command Center. They're looking for another spot in case something happens up north where they're at, where they could go and run the county, command center. Or if there's something big happening down here and they just wanna be closer to it, they could operate the, command center from our area. And Justin Westmiller, who's our emergency manager, he's gonna be coming at our next, council meeting to give us a little presentation on what they wanna do and expect to maybe do in the activity center, plus, update on all the, winter operations going on in the river and everything. More on the activity center. Grand opening celebration Thursday, February 19th. We're gonna do a red ribbon cutting with the chamber at 5:30 and a community celebration at 6 o'clock. Everything's open to the public. Bring your chairs and coolers. We have entertainment provided by the Meldrum Brothers. But as of yesterday, we were able to acquire 194 chairs, used chairs at a pretty good deal for the community center. So if you don't wanna bring your chairs, we have chairs. But if you do, bring them. But you wanna bring your cooler. And that event sponsored by Corcap Mini Storage, thank you to those folks. We have a snowman, snowwoman competition going out in front, it's going really well. I wanna thank Danny Walker from Colony Installation for making snowmen out of beach balls that they put the foam on, that's what's in them for the shape. You got two 2-foot beach balls, and then a smaller one for the head. And then, Dwayne, I'm gonna mess it up, Heinrich?
I can never pronounce his
Heinrich?
name.
Yeah.
Okay, for helping out and organizing it. And all the proceeds we're, making for that is gonna go towards the activity center. And, it's amazing how strong the community support in this program is. I didn't look today because I was afraid. I looked yesterday after the first day of voting. I got a special email. We had over 250 votes.
Good.
Really?
Wow, very
Yeah,
good.
in a day.
Wow.
Cool.
So, just let everybody know, if you wanna vote, you send an email, what number you're voting for, to, elginacsnowman@gmail.com. We're also gonna be doing the grand opening for our community, the pool, that's Saturday, June 13th. And we have entertainment, provided by a Rastafarian steel drum band. So bring your dreadlocks, that's gonna be fun outside. And we do have a new event coming that's, called Summertime in the Knack. It's gonna be in the park. They're filing out their paperwork now for, they're gonna do vendors, local artisans and makers, food, music, and other entertainment, so. Spring cleanup day, for everyone to clean up the junk in the backyard and the garages, et cetera. It's May 16th. And, I'll have some flyers being, distributed soon on that, but May 16th. And we are currently seeking volunteers to fill vacancy on our planning commission and the zoning board of appeals.
How many do we have on planning that we need?
Two.
Two still? And ZBA is
One.
one? Thank you.
But, get a hold of the mayor for that, right? Or
For- Yeah, people come to City Hall and fill out the application, and then it goes from there.
So,
The mayor appoints planning,
I'm
and,
the only one, yeah, state law says the
Yeah, I know.
mayor nominates
Right.
planning, the other ones,
Yeah.
it's just
then you're
application.
done that.
any, questions?
Just minor things, when are you thinking that the, who, when, where ordinance review committee? Just more information on the ordinance, who's on it, when are you gonna meet? What do you think,
Ed and Kathy
okay,
are on it from our council. Mark Thompson, Dale Williams,
Okay.
and,
Oh, you had mentioned her
Laura,
name.
her name's Laura, I can't remember her last name.
Yeah.
She's a civil engineer, and she actually deals a lot with municipality ordinances.
And
So
just
they're
to
all
let,
re- They're all residents.
and just to let people know, this isn't, something that's, 6 months and, we're got new ordinances. This is gonna take some time.
well, this is not for making new ordinance.
Right, no,
This
I'm
is
just
for
saying, because
Right.
people
Adjusting,
are
Supporting the
thinking that
ones-
we're gonna change ordinances like tomorrow.
It's supporting the ones we already have,
Or
yes. a
Or
lot of them.
modifying.
Modifying.
Modifying it, or,
eliminating the unenforceable ones,
Yes.
like you can't have a radio in the park without the express written consent of city council. That's
Oh,
a-
you can't?
You cannot, or throw a ball in a park without permission from the city manager.
yeah, you have to, it's in there.
It is.
Really?
Really?
Wow, so if I were to,
So,
so that, I gotta get that thought out of my head and check it about it.
any other questions for Mr. Bryson?
Yeah, still get more.
Okay.
I'm gonna challenge you with the pool, that just like we have music in the park, and that's always sponsored, so it doesn't cost us a penny, I'd like to see at least once a month, something happening at the pool,
So do I.
okay? So we're on the same page, and
In fact,
if you wanna conjointly come up with ideas, I'd be happy to do that
Okay.
with you, but
just to let the council know, I've, been contacted by someone who'd like to do, adult, water aerobics, classes there. And in my mind, it would be fun to have a DJ for the little kids and do a little, dance party once a
Yeah.
week. in
things
the
like that,
pools.
absolutely,
So it'd be cheap,
absolutely.
so.
I know that some pools, the last day of the year, they actually let dogs, it's dog day, right before they drain the pool, and everybody's dog can swim in it. Things like that generate interest,
I have a similar idea for the last day,
well, okay.
open up to the employees.
Open to the employees? Why not?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
It's about about the activity center, you know, I see all these great things happening. But when I visit the activity center, where's all these rooms where you think where we're going to host this? I mean, is there more rooms over there that I'm not seeing?
Well, there are some rooms that
I
are,
know some
gonna-
doors were locked,
yeah, are gonna be
And-
refurbished.
okay, and there's some
We,
rooms that,
we have the old cafeteria where the kitchen is.
well, I wasn't able to see that, so.
Right,
okay,
that
so
needs flooring and ceiling tiles. And, there's other rooms there. And, I'm not, you know, the, Garwood Housing Authority thing, I don't know if that's gonna take off or not, so we need a
Plan
plan B. And, one of the things I'm planning on doing is asking Lisa McLean for a grant. I'm talking about $2 million. And our match would be the $500,000 we have from the state, cause we gotta do like a 26% match really is best. And, to do that to tear down the one side, which I got a hard quote from a company, and, refurbish the other side for other activities.
Alright,
Maybe some, tech classes through RISA.
Get some parking over
We need a parking
there.
lot.
Yeah, we need parking.
Like a room for the teenagers and young adults to hang out, and then something for the senior citizens.
I like the thing with Risa.
Yeah, that checks all the boxes,
It does.
cause it would be, we'd be creating jobs and have something for seniors.
And it brings stuff downriver,
Mhm.
that kind of stuff you can only get up there. I'm sorry.
that's okay, where are we then, I mean, when you talk about this great stuff, and I'm really looking forward to it in that activity center, where are we at with the developers that were supposed to develop the two ends, the south and
Yeah,
north
I
end?
met with them,
Okay.
the Garwood,
Cause they've got, they call it the Garwood.
yeah,
Okay.
Garwood
I didn't realize
Development.
that was the name.
Yeah, and, they'll know in a week or two what their chances are to get funding.
Cause they'll have to supply or get that by November of this year, correct? The
Something like
deadline?
that, yeah.
Deadline was November.
I believe they had 6 chances, correct me if I'm wrong, to
And
go
this
off
is
for
gonna be
Mishta.
3.
So every 6 months, Mishta comes up with a new
Okay,
guideline. And so far, they haven't been in the guideline of
Of
Mishta.
all that, okay.
Yeah, so they have, I believe it's either 1 more or 2 more chances they have, and I think this is the last one.
I think they're, yeah, well, this is their third, I think, yeah.
Is it the third?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, that's good, okay. Alright. That's it.
Okay,
Anyone else? All right.
thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bryson. We'll move on to the consent agenda. The consent agenda consists of the regular city council minutes from January 20th, 2026, and under miscellaneous business to approve a DPW backhoe repair in the amount of $2,260.48. Can I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to accept the consent agenda as presented.
Support.
Comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Moving on to item 11A is to adopt resolution 26-20-02, approving Act 233 contract authorizing notice for Southwater Municipal Utility Authority wastewater treatment plant improvement bonds. Since January 2024, the Southwater Utility Authority manages the water treatment plant on behalf of Elginak, Clay Township, and Ira Township. A recent completed engineering review indicates the wastewater treatment plant, built in 1967, needs significant upgrades to maintain operations. The construction costs for the necessary project is projected to be approximately $13 million. The authority has proposed the design cost would be paid by each community by making equal monthly payments totaling the share of the cost. Elginak 30%, Clay Township 35%, Ira Township 35%. Construction of the improvement will be paid by each community pursuant to the repayment terms of the bonds to be issued by the authority. Per the city attorney, Article 10, Section 1 of the Southwater Municipal Utility Authority Articles of Incorporation, which are part of the founding interlocal agreement of October 2023, each constituent municipality must pledge its full faith and credit to secure any bonds necessary for the authority's capital improvement project. The city of Algonac, Clay Township, and Ira Township each approved a resolution authorizing participation in the South Water Municipal Authority wastewater treatment plant improvements in October and November of 2025, which was a necessary antidote under the interlocal agreement of the parties in order to seek bonding for the project. Could I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to adopt resolution 2026-02, approving Act 233 contract and authorizing notice for South Water Municipal Utility Authority wastewater treatment plant improvement bonds.
Support.
Discussion.
Excuse me, Mr. Gillis, Mayor Gillis.
Yes.
You might wanna recognize, Bill Roche, he's
Yes.
here with the bond council, and he can answer any questions you have on.
So Mr. Roche is here to answer our questions as well, or do you have anything you'd like to offer?
Just.
Yes, if you could, please.
Yep.
Yep.
This way,
Please.
Please.
My name is Bill Roach. I'd be working with the city and the authority in the other townships on the financial side of the transaction. The purpose of the resolution tonight is all the participants for the authority, that would be yourself, Ira, and Clay Township, have to, as part of the process, approve a notice of intent that is published in the local paper to issue bonds. So this is the very first step. Once that is published, all the other participants will have to approve the contract as well, publish their notice of intent, and give the individual ratepayers 45-day notice that if they wanted to force a referendum, you need 10% of the registered voters to do that. So it's the first step in the process to get the bonding work done. I know your next resolution is authorizing the loan for the payment of the engineering fees. So we are sort of starting things early here, but to give you an idea, the contract itself and the resolution has a not to exceed amount of 16 million, and that's based on the current estimates. That allows for a debt service reserve. This one is needed for marketing of the bonds. It allows for capitalized interest if necessary in order to minimize rate increases as the plant comes online, or to help buy down debt service while that goes on during the renovation period. So it's a not to exceed amount, which right now would be finalized. You would get another resolution with final documents once the engineering costs are confirmed, and once the construction bids, we would come back with final information for you to approve. So this is all preliminary, and we wanted to have a not to exceed amount in there that would allow for flexibility in other areas if it was needed. But to give you an idea, if we did the whole 16 million, it's about $1.2 million in debt service over 20 years at 4%. And the city of Algonac's share of that would be approximately $353,000. So that's just spitballing some numbers so you have a general idea. But once again, this is a preliminary step. All the other participants are gonna have to do the same. And we'll be coming back to you once the engineering costs are confirmed, with approval of final contract numbers and final bond costs. The only thing that wouldn't be determined would be the interest rate on the bonds when we actually go out and sell them. And if you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them.
yeah, I
Questions?
do. At your current, price, your estimated price, what do you think per taxpayer or per household would you expect taxes to go up?
I have not done a down and dirty on the rate side yet.
Do you have an estimated for what you're projecting?
No, I don't have the information on your rates or charges or the number of participants
Okay,
that are in the system. So I couldn't give you a rough estimate without getting more information. And since it was just, we're probably about 9 to 12 months ahead of the process.
Right.
Because we're so early, I did not prepare that. That's something that we would have, give you an idea for as we get better numbers in from the architect, and the engineers on the cost.
Mr. Bright?
Thank you.
Mr. Bryson, looks like you have something you want to add?
Well, yeah,
Yeah, this probably wouldn't be till, correct me if I'm wrong, till 27, right?
Correct.
And, we have preliminary numbers, it would probably be in the neighborhood of, $25 per bill.
Mr. Mayor, if I could, now, because we're going to look at the rate study with, what is it called, Michigan Water Dues. Are we going to figure this in
Oh, yeah.
when that's all going to be
Yes.
part of
Yes.
this?
Yes.
That's
with
gonna
them?
be part of the entire process.
Right,
But
so
Once
this
again,
works out
I
well.
mean, I did some rough calculating
Right.
myself with my thumb. And, you know, we're probably looking at about $25 per bill.
So this is working out good that we are going to have the rate study
Yep.
along with
Oh,
all
yeah.
of this, so we can be able to tell people, you know, this
And
is what we're
Bill-
looking
Bill's
at.
gonna need those numbers too.
Okay,
But once
That's kinda
again,
what I
we're
thought.
just so early in the process.
right,
We really won't be selling bonds until sometime next, spring probably.
okay. Great.
If I can say one thing, actually, I'm with the comment on.
Oh, hi, sorry, Carter, I didn't know you were back there.
No, you did a great job. You're absolutely hired, that was phenomenal.
Connor's the bond attorney.
Yeah.
I'm the
Oh, okay.
numbers guy.
Oh,
Only one thing I wanna clarify is that, we won't come back to the council with final numbers. The resolution here authorizes the execution of the contract. So the contract will get filled in with some of kind of the final bond parameters that'll be executed, but it won't be by the council itself. Does that make sense?
Yes.
yes,
Alright.
got it.
Other than that,
We are,
that was spot on.
any further questions, council? Anyone?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, both of you.
Thank you both,
Thanks.
greatly appreciate it.
Mr. Roach, thank you, that was, it
My pleasure.
kinda helped.
Can I have a roll call, please?
Councilman Bembas,
Yes.
Councilman Carter,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Davey.
Yes,
Mayor Gillis.
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Councilwoman Meldrum.
Yes.
Councilman Scarback,
Yes.
motion carried.
Item 11B is to adopt resolution 2026-03, authorizing a loan from the general fund into the sewer fund in the amount of $463,500 to pay for engineering design costs for South Water Municipal Utility Authority Improvement Infrastructure Project. As was recently stated, the authority has been running the plant since January of 2024. Recently, Fishbeck, the engineer, completed an engineering review which indicated that the wastewater treatment plant needed significant upgrades to maintain costs to $13 million. Fishbeck's design costs of the project are estimated to be $1,545,000. SMUA has proposed their design costs be paid by each community, each making monthly contributions totaling the total cost share of Annex 30, Clay Township 35, Ira Township 35. The city's prorated share is $463,000, which must be paid no later than June 15, 2026. Administration has proposed taking a loan from the general fund to the sewer fund in the city's full amount of $463,500. Given the short time period, this is the most efficient and affordable way to pay for the charge. Can I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to adopt resolution number 2026-03, authorizing a loan from the general fund to the sewer fund in the amount of $463,500 to pay engineering design costs for the South Water Municipal Utility Authority Improvement Infrastructure Project.
Second.
Comments, questions, concerns?
I have a
Miss-
question.
Mrs.
Go ahead.
Mrs.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I,
So we're gonna take a loan from our general fund, right, and fund it to the sewer fund. How are we gonna pay that general fund back, $463,500? What is the plan to do that?
Mr.
It would be repaid by the bond proceeds, so when the bonds are sold, it would repay the cash that was advanced from the sewer fund to repay the general fund.
Do we make interest off that
We
for
can.
what we're loading?
It's up to the board if you wanna, cause we're looking at paying a lot higher interest rate, but since we're doing it internally, and by the way, our auditors, Kurt McBride loves this idea. We could charge ourselves 3%, 4% from the sewer fund to the general fund. Or you could forgive, it would be the council's option to forgive the interest expense to it either. It'd be whatever your.
Do we have to make that decision tonight?
No,
Okay.
this is just to do it, and, as, Mr. Rochi said, we're wrapping up the, into the construction bond is also gonna take care of the engineering, and so they will be refunded as soon as the bond's sold.
And
And-
see,
Well,
that's what I
that
was
was
gonna,
my
yeah,
question
and that's
too.
what,
Thank you.
okay, and when are we looking at, I forget, 2027 is when we're looking
Early
at, for the
20
bond sales?
Probably spring of 27.
And we're gonna be good in between now when we're doing this and 2027 when the construction, okay.
No, I'm just trying to understand the bond process, and so with Mr. Rochi, when you presented it as far as the overall cost that we would might be seeing, cost to our residents, right, how that would affect. So what you're saying right now between what we do now, taking the money from the general fund to the sewer, and like you just mentioned, from now to 27, we're not looking at any expenses to our our residents at this point.
Right. Otherwise, our monthly, our sewer department would have to pay, I think it was like $38,000 per month.
Right?
Yeah, the first time we were
for
talking.
12 months, and it would put a real hurt on our general fund, or our fund in, for the sewer, our
Right.
fund balance,
And we have a healthy fund balance in the general fund
yes, to do
to
this.
do this.
Right, it's healthy, you have to remember that, we do have a healthy fund balance, and, you know, what I'm seeing is we're picking at it though.
Well, it'll still be on the books as a receivable. When they do the audit, it'll still be on the books as a receivable.
It's on the books, but it isn't is it in the, your
Well,
pocket, is it in
our
the
other
account?
choice would be to
The
No,
Yeah.
borrow
I'm just asking,
Right,
you know what I mean,
Yep.
that's a big chunk of change,
yep,
you know,
Cause we currently don't have enough money to take it out of sewer account,
right.
correct?
Oh, yeah,
So
no.
we have to,
Yeah.
or bond it.
And this works out better than the, what were we looking at, 38
Thousand
right,
a month.
38
a month?
a month.
A month. Originally, when we first discussed this.
I do like the idea of us being our own bank,
I
so
do
we're
too.
not paying.
Otherwise,
huge
if we,
amount of money back.
we could, this, yes,
And we did review on your behalf and the other participants' behalf, and it allows you the flexibility to do it in the document, a bond anticipation note, where the authority would go out and issue about $1.5 million in a bond anticipation note, and you as the participants would pay the interest on that. But it has cost of issuance involved, and I think the local units made a decision that it was better for them to utilize their cash reserves than going out and borrowing money for a year and a half at potentially 3.5% to 4%, where you're paying interest now here, if you want, you can decide that, well, whether or not you charge the sewer fund interest or not, at least it's your own, you're getting the interest versus paying it to somebody else.
Right.
So it was decided by the participants that was better than going out and actually borrowing the money to pay the engineering fees.
Mayor,
Has
can I ask a
Clay and
question?
Ira approved this? Has it gone before Clay and Ira yet?
IRA has enough money to pay.
Oh, that's right,
cash.
they've got it.
Elginak,
Clay,
Clay Town, where's that place? Clay Township?
yeah, Clay Township, I think they approved it, right?
Yeah, they're
Last week.
doing this.
Sorry,
So,
I'm
just for
sorry.
general information, if we would've went that route, what would that have cost the city of Algonac in that terms?
I
Just
did,
rough numbers.
yeah, I apologize, I didn't bring those.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, it would have been about $1.5 million, and you're 30% of that, so, you know,
No, I'm at interest
It
payment.
was about 36 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was between 36 and 38,000.
That we're
I
saving.
can tell you right now.
yeah, I was just trying to see what we're saving from going this route.
There was
compared
a
to that route.
$40,000 cost to do this plus.
Yeah, so there's 100% makes sense.
Yeah, it would have been, yeah, about $16,000 a year would have been your interest cost alone on the bond anticipation note.
Oh, okay, yeah,
This
and
makes
that's,
sense.
Yes.
well, that's why it's good too that we are in the fiscal, this board has always been fiscally responsible enough to keep a cash reserves to be able to loan it to ourselves during times like this. I feel that's, at least now we're not paying the bank.
I agree.
That's
So,
right.
Anyone else?
Nope.
Good. Everyone good? Can I have a roll call, please?
Councilman Carter,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Davey,
Yes.
Mayor Gillis,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Councilwoman Meldrum,
Yes.
Councilman Scarback,
Yes.
Councilman Bembas.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Again, thank you, Mr. Roach.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now we'll move on to item 11C, which is to consider a purchase agreement for real estate between the city of Algonac and the South Water Municipal Utility Authority. The wastewater treatment plant located at 451 State Street, Algonac, Michigan, wishes to purchase real property in the city of Algonac, county of St. Clair, state of Michigan, commonly known as 453 State Street, Algonac, Michigan, parcel 01-119-0116-000 in the amount of $200,000. Can I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the purchase agreement for real estate between the city of Algonac and South Water Municipal Utility Authority for the real estate commonly known as 453 State Street, Algonac, Michigan, parcel number 01-119-0116-000 in the amount of $200,000. Direct the city manager to sign the agreement on behalf of the city.
Support.
Alright, as we open up discussion, I'll just state this is the back parcel of DPW that the utility authority needs to expand the wastewater treatment plant. So we would be selling them that parcel.
And just because, you know, a lot of people ask, you know, capacity wise, this is ultimately going to allow for, more capacity at the plant, correct?
I think we're engineering for
Holding
holding
tank, right.
tanks for high water events and
Right.
to be able to slow
Great events.
Right.
the flow.
Got it.
Any other discussion, or Mr. Bryson, do you have
I
anything?
do have one question. Is there any way we can make this, purchase agreement contingent on the sale that we find another piece of property for the back lot for the DPW? Or is this all in one? Is that something we could bring to the table with Clay and Ira?
We possibly could.
Because that's a big chunk of the back if we don't find another property.
But that's why we're buying the property.
No.
Are we talking about the property that we're
We're talking about the property we're selling at the back part.
Yeah, I'm asking if we can make a contingent on us finding another piece of property before we accept this.
okay.
Well, and I think you're absolutely right, Mr. Scarberg, that's a good question. If we're unable to find property to relocate what we've had on this property, how does that affect the city?
Oh, we definitely could. And it's gonna take a while for this to go through, cause they gotta do a lot split. And all the paperwork and surveying for it too, so.
Yeah, I personally would like to see a contingent on us finding extra property, because I know for a fact that the DPW uses all of that property. And so for us to make a decision on selling a parcel of that property without having a set in stone property, I kind of feel like it's irresponsible for us on that side.
You're
Without
absolutely right.
a
I
purchase
think you just
agreement.
have to modify your motion then.
Yeah, so that's why I brought it up. So are you guys okay if I modify this? Okay. I'm gonna make a motion to approve the purchase agreement for the real estate between the city of Algonac and South Water Municipal Utility Authority for the real estate commonly known as 453 State Street, Algonac, Michigan, parcel number 01-119-0116-000 in the amount of $200,000 contingent on the sale of the city of Algonac being able to find and purchase another property equivalent for DPW and direct the city manager to sign the agreement on behalf of the city.
Second. Any other further discussion? I think you could check with the DPW and see what they need.
Yep.
Can I have a roll call, please?
Mayor Pro Tem Davey,
Yes.
Mayor Gillis,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris,
Yes.
Councilwoman Meldrum,
Yes.
Councilman Scarback?
Yes.
Councilman Bembas?
Yes.
Councilman Carter?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next, we are scrolling through a lot of documents here. Alright, there we go. Item 11D is to approve water plant 2026-2027 commercial cross connection inspection with HydroCorp. Due to the changes in the state of Michigan Safe Water Drinking Water Rules, Part 399, the Michigan Department of Environmental Quality requires that all backflow devices be inspected or tested to ensure they are working properly. Commercial and industrial businesses are required to test and be inspected every year. Residential must be inspected every 3 years. The goal is to protect the drinking water system and the city's distribution system from various forms of contamination. HydroCorp was awarded the first 2-year inspection agreement by City Council in 2021 in the amount of $42,528. All commercial and over 100 residential inspections were completed. When City Council approved the renewal of the second 2-year inspection program in 2024, City water plant staff took over performing the inspections, being familiar with the program and MDEQ requirements, which saved the city $48,456 over a 2-year period. Attached is a new 2-year proposal from HydroCorp for commercial inspections only in a total amount of $10,655.05. The city will be charged $5,223.05 this year and $5,432 next year in monthly installments. Water plant staff will once again be performing the residential inspections, saving the city approximately $31,434.74 over a 2-year period. There is $45,000 left of a $60,000 in a fiscal year 2025-26 budget. This cost will be charged to line item 591-536-561-809 contracted services. Can I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve a 2-year contract for commercial cross-connection inspections with HydroCorp of Troy, Michigan, in the total amount of $10,655.05.
Support.
Comments, questions, concerns? Hearing none, could I have a roll call, please?
Mayor Gillis?
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris?
Yes.
Councilwoman Meldrum?
Yes.
Councilman Scarback?
Yes.
Councilman Bembas?
Yes.
Councilman Carter?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Daly?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Moving on to item 11E is to approve permit for fireworks other than consumer or low impact. So the big question that everybody wonders, what day will the fireworks be? The Independence Fireworks Display is scheduled for Friday, July 3rd, 2026 during the annual Pickerel Tournament. Can I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve permit for fireworks other than consumer of low impact provided by Great Lakes Fireworks LLC in West Branch, Michigan for fireworks public display July 3rd, 2026, and direct the city clerk to sign the permit on behalf of the city pending receipt of the updated certificate of liability insurance.
Support.
We did, just so we know, we did get the receipt today,
We got the, oh, okay.
You got the
Cool.
what today?
Insurance.
the insurance today.
Cool.
Mr. Mayor, I have one question. Do we have a rain date?
That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
Chief Doan?
No, it said to be determined.
To be
Thank you.
determined. So, if there's no rain date and it rains, they just, without us approving it, they just can't say, we're having it on the 4th, correct?
Or what, do they have to come back and amend it?
I think they have to come back and amend it with a rain date,
Yeah.
to be determined.
Should
mean,
we
we can-
postpone this 2 weeks?
I think we can approve it, but we need to let the Lions know, or am I incorrect?
Please.
I think we should vote to approve it today.
Yes.
And then they should, if something that they need to amend their permit, then that would be another vote, correct?
Yeah, that's the way I look at
Yeah.
it too, we
But
can
then-
approve it, but we gotta let them know, you gotta give us something with a rain date, because if it's raining, you don't have permission to put them off on the 4th or the 5th or the 6th.
This has been submitted the same way. Last time was submitted with a to be
To be
determined.
determined, and we're normally okay with that?
That's between the Lions and them. They'll work out a date.
Okay.
So. Okay, well, I know there'll be a lot of upcoming discussions, right, Mr. Bryson, with the event this summer.
Hey, 'cause they got other permits they still
So,
have to.
I'm sure
Yes.
there'll be lots of conversations had. Any other Can I have a roll call, please?
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Councilwoman Meldrum.
Yes.
Councilman Scarback.
Yes.
Councilman Bembas.
Yes.
Councilman Carter.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Davey.
Yes.
Mayor Gillis.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, we're moving on to item 11F, which is to approve the budget schedule for fiscal year 2027. A specific timeline for budget adoption is prescribed in the city charter. City council must hold a public hearing on the proposed budget before its final adoption. Notice of the public hearing, a summary of the proposed budget and notice of the proposed budget is on file in the office of clerk, shall be published in the Times Herald newspaper at least 1 week in advance of the hearing. The complete proposed budget shall be on file for public inspection during office hours at the clerk's office for a period of not less than 1 week prior to such hearing. The 2026 budget schedule is proposed as followed. A capital improvement plan will be presented to the Planning Commission on Monday, March 23rd, 2026 at 6 p.m. A budget presentation will be to the City Council on Tuesday, April 7th, 2026. We will have a budget study session on Tuesday, April 14th, 2026 at 6 p.m. and before council if needed, Tuesday, April 21st, 2026 at 5 p.m. We'll have a notice of the public hearing will be published in the paper Wednesday, May 6th and 2026 and Wednesday, May 13th, 2026. The public hearing will be at the City Council meeting on Tuesday, May 19th, 2026 at 6 p.m. And the budget adoption will be City Council meeting on Tuesday, June 2nd, 2026 at 6 p.m. And I have a motion, please.
I'll make a motion to approve the budget schedule for fiscal year 2026-2027 as presented.
Support.
Comments, questions, concerns?
Can't believe it's that time
I
already.
know, it's crazy.
Didn't we just get done with this not too long
Just
ago?
argue about this
Yeah,
a few months
didn't
ago.
it? Yeah, really? That's all.
Can I have a roll call, please?
Councilwoman Meldrum.
Yes.
Councilman Scarback.
Yes.
Councilman Bembas.
Yes.
Councilman Carter.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Davey.
Yes.
Mayor Gillis.
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Accounts payable.
I make a motion to approve accounts payable and payroll in the amount of $99,137.33.
Support.
Comments, questions, concerns? Can I have a roll call, please?
Councilman Scarback.
Yes.
Councilman Bembas.
Yes.
Councilman Carter.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Davey.
Yes.
Mayor Gillis.
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Councilwoman Meldrum.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Item for next agenda, Mr. Bryson?
Yes, we're gonna have the, St. Clair County Emergency Manager give us an update, at our next meeting. And we have our annual Eagle Storm Water, I didn't say it's extortion fee.
All right, sounds exciting. Council comments, Councilman Bembas.
Thank you, Mayor. February 18th, Lutheran Church is having its second annual chili cook-off. Everybody likes chili, so come on to that. And I believe on February 22nd, I believe the Boy Scouts are having theirs. So a lot of chili around town to be had. I'm working with, as you know, I'm a member of the Lions, and my friend Jeannie is in charge of the pickerel tournament queens this year. So if you know any young lady in the 11th grade who lives in 48001 or 48028, whether they go to school in Algonac or elsewhere, if they live in our community, have them start checking out Facebook next week, because I know she's planning on having some meetings. They're gonna really do it up this year and have, basically a beauty pageant for 11th graders, pick the queen. Jeannie, used to run pageants when she lived in Florida, and she's gonna bring some of that magic up here, so I'm excited about it, she's very excited about it. And, knowing Jeannie is not gonna be like anything you've ever seen.
Yeah. That's true.
Anything else?
That's it.
All right, Councilman Carter?
Been exciting seeing the things going on at the community center. Been a couple of events, we've got the grand opening coming up, so everybody can go in and take a look and see what's going on and see where it can fit into their life. About every week we say this, but again, kudos to our fire department and DPW and this frigid cold weather, out plowing all hours of the day and night. And it doesn't go unnoticed what I see our fire department doing on medical calls, and I'd rather be inside warm, and I know they probably would too, but they're serving our city in an amazing way. That's all I have.
Mayor Pro Tem Davey?
First, show the love. If, I have some newsletters, from the ARC of St. Clair County, of what it is that we do. I had heard, or somebody put on social media that, the ARC doesn't do anything for the city, it's just in Port Huron. And I really wanna make sure everybody understands, the office is in Port Huron. The work that the ARC of St. Clair County does is throughout the county. We provide services for both adults and children and their families who have intellectual and developmental disabilities. If a parent just gets the diagnosis that their child is going to need some special services, it's a maze. And if that parent doesn't understand what it is, it's a daunting task. And what we do at the ARC is we will send one of our people there, and they will sit down with that parent and the teachers and go over the plan of what the services are. If, a school district isn't forthcoming in what services, they need, the representative from the ARC will make sure that the parents understand what it is that they are required to provide through the state of Michigan. And the same thing with adults. They make sure that they have safe living environments, that they have access to all of the services that are out there, be it a day program, be it a job shadow coach, so they can be employed. I believe we are, guardians and payees for 20 developmentally impaired adults. One woman does that. I can't imagine doing that. I am a guardian and payee for my one daughter. I can't even believe. And all of this does not cost anyone a dime. So I wanted to make sure that all of those people out there who were saying this doesn't benefit Algonac, this benefits the whole county and the lives that are touched. So, it means the world, and like I said, for no cost. So, show love. Our dinner dance auction is going to be Thursday, February 26th at Alexander's. I believe 6:30 it starts. To get tickets, please go to the arcofscc.org, and you can get all the information to get the tickets. You can buy them online. And one more thing, I was at the activity center on Sunday for the Collisions Youth Night. Had a blast. It is awesome to see these kids in a gym, hanging out, throwing balls, and I got hit by a couple of them. And they're not sitting at playing Xbox and watching TV and, twiddling their thumbs in the house. It's cool. And the rock wall, Everett was trying on the rock wall. We got a couple, he had a look on his face. He had a dodgeball in his hand and was looking at me, and I went, I know your mom and dad, child.
I trained him well.
Yeah, I had flashbacks to mother-son dodgeball, and it was kind of scary. It's great. It's awesome. And it's open gym. There's no charge. You can drop your child off and not have to sit there and watch them. And they get to meet kids that they might not have known. And they're not sitting behind a video game. fun. I had a blast with these kids. They're gonna be afraid now. Oh man, she's here again. That's all I got.
All right. Councilwoman Harris.
Just wanna thank everybody for coming. I also am very excited about that community center that we have. Rocky and Artie and I went through it last week. It's coming along really nice. I'm really glad to see we're gonna keep the kitchen and the cafeteria. We're getting there. And this is new. We're navigating through territory we've never been through before, and Artie's doing a really good job, so I wanted to add that. And, stay warm, and that's it.
Councilwoman Meldrum.
All right, you guys, you two are scaring me right
Well,
now.
I
I was saying, I wanna thank everyone for coming out.
You guys are
Sit down,
scaring
it's
me.
cold. And about that, I too am looking really forward to the center and all the great things it has to offer, cause we've been there a few times, so it's really great. But when it's an open gym like that,
Mhm.
that means it's free, you don't need to,
Right.
okay?
Right.
So that would be a good opportunity for other than Algonac residents to do their own walkthrough.
Yes.
Go through, take a look at
Exactly.
it, see what they think,
So-
and not, having to, okay, good, so you hear that? Please come to the open gyms, take a look at the activity center, see what you think without paying for it.
And the grand opening too. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna have a little
That's
party
true.
there from what I heard.
Yep, and that's it, just to piggyback off of, Carter, thanking our, fire and DPW, they really do a great job. I can't say it enough.
Councilman Scarpelli.
I guess I just wanna say how lucky we actually are to have past administrations that have been able to work with the old councils to be able to have this much capital available, that we're in a position where we can loan the authority the money to be able to accomplish what we need to accomplish. I also wanna say, I agree, I'm gonna piggyback off of you guys, I think it's amazing what we're doing with the community center. However, I'm gonna take a little step back. We talked about, Mishta today, and this might be an unpopular decision, and I'm all for affordable housing and everything else. I'm just personally hoping that we're able to take back that contract
Me too.
as a city and work in a different direction from what we originally had.
Yep.
I personally am not a fan of that development. I don't think it's the direction as a city that we need to be going in, when we're trying to grow a downtown district, and we have such a positive energy coming. I think we have a huge opportunity coming, and I would not be sad if Mishta decided
Yeah,
that
I agree.
we're
I
not in a
agree.
situation right now for their criteria.
I would definitely, I don't, as you look at their plan for its workforce housing, I think you're gonna see more of that being funded in places like Traverse City where they need,
100%.
workforce housing.
yeah, and now that we have getting towards a more solid plan B here,
It's nice to
then
see.
then we start thinking of all the possibilities that we have.
You
I'm
need-
sorry,
by the way-
Jay.
By the
I'm
way, you
sorry,
need to
Jay.
just say one more thing before you did that.
Oh, I'm
But
sorry,
even if
I'm
it
sorry,
takes us-
Jay.
No, it's good to talk, but even if it takes us 10-15 years to get to the point that we need to be financially, to be able to accomplish everything in that park, I would rather see that than us make a decision right now, and 20-30 years from now, regret that decision as we're a growing town. So I would like to be able to keep these opportunities open if Mishta does not approve it. Obviously, we are in contract, and if Mishta goes that way, we have to go through. But me personally, I wouldn't be sad if Mishta,
They just have an option right now.
Yeah.
It's just an option.
Still ours, still ours.
We never sold anything.
Nope.
Plus, we wanna make sure that we're hitting all our bases, cause I don't want an urban renewal
Anything?
part two.
no, that's it. Thank you guys for coming. It's nice to see people.
All right. I wanna thank the sheriff's department
Yes.
for the wonderful job they do.
Oh, cause now we feel bad, see?
The snowman cut, the snowman cut contest is awesome. It's just beautiful out here. It's got the attraction of all the way up in Port Huron. People are driving by. And all that money goes to Algonac Live, and we've already spent it. We bought 194 chairs for the community center. So now we have, so Algonac Live bought that, Monday. So we have folding chairs in there. We bought them used from a rental company, but new ones, we were looking at $20 a chair.
Yeah.
And So we took the money from the snowman contest and already spent it, so that's what it's going for, so it's good. The grand opening is gonna be a great day with the Meldrum Brothers, sponsored by Corcat. Senator Tell is actually coming to join us that day. He was instrumental in getting us that 500,000 that we're still waiting for. I concur with everybody else about the great collisions event that the local churches are holding. My wife and I, we actually leave because it's better for my son that we're not there, because he's an only child, so you're kinda like, okay, we gotta stop doting over him, so we actually got to have a little date night, it's a little surprise date night. So that was all I love watching all the kids. I got a letter, from a little girl asking if we could do a townwide sled drive. She sent me a message on Facebook, and of course, we did a townwide sled drive. It was really quick. Henry's Club's been running the sleds for years, but she wanted to do a townwide sled drive. I collected like 30 sleds in like 2 or 3 days. So it's amazing what, just asking. Here a 10-year-old said, Mr. Gillis, I used to be one of Everett's classmates. Could we do a townwide sled drive? I said, sure. And we put it out there. We got enough sleds to last a while because, and it's, the amazing thing about those sleds is people think the kids break them. They break themselves because the hill's a little bit rough. And that hard plastic, you look at those sleds, it isn't like their kids are breaking them. They're actually being broke from usage. So it's just another cool thing that we have here in Algonac, that kids can just show up at the sledding hill and go sledding.
No, let's go take mine, there's a lot of sleds.
Yes. I will be doing a polar plunge this Saturday for Bear Lake Camp through Lions. If anybody would like to donate, let me know. And all the money goes to a really cool camp up there. There's a pop-up market this Saturday at the Old West Marine. Very cool way that it's kind of like a business incubator. So small businesses are able to operate all winter long, which they don't normally have that opportunity to do it locally. Thanks to Michelle Benaghi and Sue who owns the whole plaza, because she's letting them use it for a temporary market. I spoke to the owner of Zeff's Lakeside. He's very excited about being a part of Algonac. He was thrilled. They're very thrilled to be here. They run a bunch of great restaurants, and I think they're putting a lot of improvements over there at the Porter Call building. So that's amazing. Spoke to the owner of Doug's Mufflers, who's moving in next to the Dairy Queen. I know a lot of people, they say, well, we should have held out for a coffee shop or whatnot, but at the end of the day, that building's been empty for 10 years, and we got a local business owner coming in here, and he's moving a business from New Baltimore here to run it here, and he's gonna improve the facility. So I think that's a win for all of us. And I think that is all I have for tonight. Can I get a motion?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
can I add one more thing? Can
Yes,
I
sir.
pull Ms. Davey tonight?
Yes.
Thank you. Alright, so we have an amazing person in this community that's going through a lot of cancer and a lot of struggles right now. It's gonna be Tammy Shelton. And they will be doing a fundraiser, or we will all be doing a fundraiser, and it's going to be on February 27th, and it's gonna be at the bowling alley. Check-in's gonna be at 6 o'clock, and bowling's gonna start at 7. We're currently taking baskets, either through Henry's Club. You can reach out to Amy, anybody through Henry's Club, or give me a call, and we'll be able to help you guys with that. If you wanna buy a table or be a sponsor, please reach out. And all proceeds go to Tammy and the family for all the stay in Cleveland and everything that's going on.
What date was that again?
It's February 27th.
27.
Yep.
And she is married to one of our firemen.
Yep.
And she's done a lot.
And she's done a lot for our community as well. I just wanna make sure, I'm not,
Yeah.
but, and I believe there's gonna be a spaghetti dinner as well
Yeah.
but that details are coming out on that. With that, can I get a motion to adjourn?
Let's motion, let's adjourn at 7:05.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.